Mike Hade, working for the school district here the last year and a half. Been coaching football since 1994. There's a little bit of a hiatus where I was doing a plumbing apprenticeship for 7 years. I came back, started coaching again in 2009. This will be my 17th year of coaching football. We started my 6th year as a head coach here in Highland.
How do you feel about the college athletes getting paid, and why do you feel that way?
I believe that the athletes deserve to get paid, but there's some risk and reward with that. That being said, an athlete that is going to go play in the professionals, they deserve to earn that money because the colleges look at using what they wear, the number, right? And they sell that, and so they make money off that. Another part to that is coaches that coach those kids, they get paid. They get bonuses at the end of the year. And those kids that do all the work, they get scholarships, right? And they get incentives to get their schooling paid for. Some feel that they deserve that they should get more money than just from scholarships. I think if they did something like that, it's important, but I think it tarnishes the way the kids work, and if they're getting the money, I think they lose sight of what they're trying to accomplish to get better. And so it's a tough thing, but I think they definitely need to find a way that works for both sides.
What impacts do you think the college athletes getting paid would have on the sports world?
Some of the kids that play college sports, they work to the goal so they could get to the pro level, they get paid, whatever that's in. I think if you start paying them when they're in college, I think they lose the focus of what they're trying to get to that goal.
My name is Joe Thomas. I played 4 years for the Wisconsin Badgers football team from 2003 to 2006. Then I played 11 years with the Cleveland Browns in the NFL as an offensive lineman. I got inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2019, and I currently work for the NFL Network as a studio analyst. I don't think that college athletes should be paid by the university, but I do think that college athletes should have the right to own the name, own their own likeness, and be able to go out and make money just like a regular student does based on their playing a sport in college. Well, I think one thing that would happen is if college athletes were able to be paid, you would have a more even distribution of talent throughout college sports, college football specifically, because right now you have a few programs that are the most well-funded, that have the largest booster base, and they have the largest amount of money to spend on coaches and facilities and recruiting, and so that money gets funneled to the coaches and it gets funneled into the facilities, and the coaching staffs that can spend the most money on recruiting typically get the best recruits. And from my high school athletes perspective, if any program can't give you anything more monetarily than any other program, then typically you're going to pick the program that offers the nicest facilities and the greatest ancillary benefits and the coaching staff that recruits you the most heavily. And so, like I mentioned, what ends up happening is you get programs like Alabama, you get programs like Ohio State that end up getting all the best recruits, and then what you have is you have logjams at positions where if Alabama gets 3 5-star recruits at quarterback every year, you've got a 5-star that's a starter, but then you got 2 guys that never seen a football field, whereas if you were able to pay them, or if athletes were able to make money on their own likeness and their name, like a musician or a band player or a computer science major, Alabama or whatever the program that had the most money to spend on recruiting wouldn't be able to get all the best recruits. Because you'd find some of the smaller programs, they would be able to get money together to be able to get some of the other 5-star recruits. And I think you would just find a better and more even distribution of talent throughout the college football atmosphere. Well, I think Wisconsin should follow suit like California and a lot of other states have, where college athletes are able to own their own name and own their own likeness and be able to go out and make money off the field. And kind of like those other states have done already, but I don't think that it makes sense for universities to directly pay players because it would be too complicated to figure out how to pay what players and at what rate, and that would just be a wormhole you don't want to get into, and really, they shouldn't get into that. No, I think that my position on it is from a economic and from a market standpoint, or at a fairness standpoint, that I don't think that just because you play a college sport, all of a sudden you should not be able to own your name and your brand and your marketability, because all other college students own all those things, and all other people in the United States own their own name and their likeness, their brand. So the athletes shouldn't be different.
My name is Chris Ring. I'm a painter for the city of Madison. I played basketball at UW of Platteville. Well, it might make it unfair if one team's paying and the other team's not, and that might be the swing. And maybe they say there's 2 teams that they want to play for, and one's paying and one's not, and they're probably going to go to the one that's paying.
After doing our research in these interviews, we have came to the conclusion that college athletes should not be paid by the university. But we believe they should be able to receive funding from endorsement deals, because if universities were to pay players, there would be equality problems. Like, would a QB get paid as much as a lineman? Or would the players on a football team get paid as much as the players on a basketball team? There would also be many people who would be unhappy with the amount of money the players were getting paid.